Disgusting.
My
Why don't you
scarf
take that $1,000 scarf and put it to good use to someone who's needy, like Vicky's boobs?
We need to bring it here because we
Guys, just so you know, the cast of Malibu Country received complimentary scarves, so I'm just going to put that out there.
I may live in Seattle, but I always have a sunny disposition.
I'm Michelle from the Bronx, and I'm far from a real housewife.
I'm Eric, and I have a dog. Hey everybody, Eric Hurdo here from YourRealityRecaps.com with an amazing Bravo recap for you guys this week. I am so excited to let you know that we're going to not only be covering the Real Housewives of OC finale, we're also going to be talking a little Jersey and a little Bravo spoilers. But myself, John, and Michelle are not doing it alone. We're going to be joined by the Watch What Crappens crew. And all you Bravo fans have probably already heard of their podcast and seen their Google Hangouts, and they even do Big Brother like us too. So we know our fans are going to love them, and we love them. So, we need to get right into it. Just make sure you stick around to the end of the episode. We have a ton of announcements for you guys, prize giveaways, and a lot of stuff happening later on in this week that you're gonna want to be a part of. So you know the deal. You can follow me over at Twitter. I'm at Reality Recaps.
Hey, I'm John from Seattle. You can find me at Comedy Jonah on Twitter.
Hey everybody, Michelle from the Bronx. We got a big group. You can find me at You Got Bronx on Twitter.
I'm Ben Mandelker. I'm from BsideBlog.com, and all my social media, it's B-Side Blog, all one word, on Twitter, Vine, Instagram, wherever. B-Side Blog, Ben Mandelker.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Karam. I'm from Trash Talk TV. You can find my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Trash Talk TV, but it's TEEVEE. And then on the internet, it's at trashtalktv.com.
Hi, I'm Matt Whitfield from Yahoo Entertainment, and me at Life on the M List on various social media outlets.
All right, so let's start talking Real Housewives of OC, the Winter Wonderland party that made me want Christmas, and I don't care that it's the summer. I love a wiki, or Vicki Winter Wonderland.
It was fantastic. We said this on our podcast at the end of the last season of OC. The Orange County girls know how to bring a season finale. Without fail, their season finales are pretty much the best out of all the Real Housewives.
I felt like their season finale needed to have another episode. I mean, that's just the way I felt about it. There was just so much going on. I know that it's going to carry over into the reunion, but damn, it was good.
There was so much going on in it, and I can tell you this much. If Vicki wore that dress every Christmas, Jesus would come back to Earth and just cancel fucking Christmas. That just would never happen again.
And cancel boobs.
Yeah, Vicki needed Spanx up to her neck on that one. I don't know what she was thinking. And it wasn't even like there was any man there for her to impress, so she could have, loosened it up a little bit or wore a better girdle.
I think Vicki has one of those bathroom mirrors, when you only have a mirror in your bathroom, but you don't really have a full-length mirror, and you look at yourself, and from here up you look so cute, and then you get a picture, or you pass a window and you realize how fat you really are. That happens to me all the time because I don't have a full length. Vicki, you're rich. Get a full length.
So you're calling it a skinny mirror Seinfeld episode situation?
Yeah, get a better mirror. You've already done all the work here. Now let's start to work below the neck, right? And our deflated boobies.
Listen, she's under construction, guys. She's just under construction.
Yeah, she needs to be done.
Soon it will be fixed.
Tupperware, we're not a business.
She's over 50. When's the project going to be done? Okay.
It's like she's got a plate of moon over my hammy on her chest.
Woo! Vicki's getting slammed.
Put some combs around her and get some caution tape because I need warning before that.
Listen, I've had the distinct privilege of seeing those flapjacks up close and in person because I once went to some red carpet thing and she was walking through. Same thing. She loves showing them off, and when you see them up close and personal, you see all sorts of fun scars, and it is delicious. So I hope all of you guys get to enjoy that someday as well.
Yeah, during the throwdown, during the throwdown,
Michelle can enjoy that.
Yeah, no. During the throwdown, didn't Alexa would walk over and say, help, like, pull her, like, dress to cover up her nipples.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I would be like, yo, you're showing, woman.
That was my favorite. That was one of my favorite parts, as they're crying, having their emotional moment, and, you know, Alexis is crying, and then she's like, dear, and she's just, like, sliding her blouse over.
Well, because it was during one of Vicki's sudden moments of feminism. Like, you don't talk to a lady that way. We are proud people. You do not talk to ladies as her flapjacks are flapping in the breeze with activism.
Yeah. It was, and I'm going to say right now, and then you can all just hate me, I didn't think it was that good of a finale at all. The first half was so good. I'm ready to tear into Ryan, and not in the gay way, tear into Ryan. I can't stand him. Well, but other than that, I feel like it fizzled out.
No, I thought there was like a strong, no fizzle. I thought it was strong carbonation all the way there. I felt like I like to equate everything to Jurassic Park, and so for
yes!
me,
I love you now. I love you now. I love you.
I've loved you all along, Michelle. Ever since I saw your beautiful webcam and its high resolution, I was like, this one's for me. So, you know, the first half of the episode was like the Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's like Ryan's the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and you're like, oh, the Tyrannosaurus Rex is the worst. And then you get the second half, and you're like, oh wait, here comes Slade Smiley, the Velociraptors. He's much worse. I thought it was great. It was like it followed the Jurassic Park model for me, so I was set.
How are you guys? Here we go. I am the victim, yet I'm the villain. So, anyway, I was just saying it's a problem when I'm rooting for...
Has he gone vacuuming, or what's going on?
I don't know. We have black on him at the moment.
Right?
I know it's got to be black. Come on.
Doesn't sound like it's Dyson to me.
Ronnie, it says you muted him.
I did. I don't want to listen to a fucking vacuum cleaner.
Okay. So you didn't mute him, and that's why he dropped. All right, Matt, if you can hear us, I'm ejecting you. Come back in. So
he's not hardwired in. That's probably one of the problems he's having.
No, his problem is that he spoke ill of Heather Dubrow, and she has a lot of power.
Boom! She rules
like,
the internet.
She's like, I didn't get that role on Malibu Country just by accident.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Did she get a role on Malibu Country? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
That was the whole thing. Wow.
What channel was Malibu Country on?
Wasn't it
Bravo.
like...
It's had more exposure on Bravo than it ever had on ABC. I think it should come back. It's canceled. Like, bring this amazing show back that causes so much drama. And the best part was that, you know, so Gretchen and Heather had this whole big fight about Malibu Country at the beginning of the episode. And then we get to the later end of the episode. It's like, oh, no, it's back. Malibu Country will not be put to sleep. We are going to argue about it one last time. It's like, it will not go away.
I never watched it. I didn't care for it. I kind of stayed away from it. I had enough crazy with everybody else, and I was just like, I'll stick with just the franchise of Housewives and, you know, Tabitha. Done.
Yeah.
Ronnie, can you text Matt or you, Ben, and just let him know he can click on that link to come back in? All right, I don't want him to think like I booted him out for good.
No. I just...
He gets... He sometimes his connection is bad, and he gets, like, fake mad. He's not really mad.
Okay.
He's not really mad. Okay.
He's not mad.
He's Lydia mad.
Furious.
Is he Lydia mad?
He's not Ryan mad. He's
Yeah, we need to know what's
Ryan mad. Yeah, Ryan was some Charlie Sheen kind of crazy mad. That was not cool.
Oh my goodness. So should we talk about?
Well, no, let's stick on Heather for a second.
Let's Heather and Gretchen.
Poor Heather. Okay, and I put this on Twitter last night, so yes, I'm aping my own lines. But listen, Heather. Dressing like Lilith Crane does not make you a sitcom star. Get a new... What is she wearing? What is she doing with herself? Her little gerbil face and her giant shoulder pads? Heather, stop it. You can't even fight right. She's trying to have this fight with Gretchen, and Gretchen got the audio... I was going to say she read it, but she must have got the audiobook of, like, How to Win Friends and Influence People, because she was not engaging. She was just like, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way.
What's her opening line? Oh, you think blondes have more fun? Well, you haven't met me. Well, I'm still waiting, Heather. Hello. When am I going to have fun with you?
I think Malibu Country sounds like a lot of fun. So
much fun. It was canceled.
I think Gretchen didn't respond because she had too much of that mystic tan spray going on. She was fucking orange, man. She was orange. She couldn't move. She was waiting for it to settle in. Like, she didn't crack. Like,
Well, To be fair, she has no more muscles in her face that can be used.
Is that why she couldn't handle eating any more than 2 bites off of that kebab, where we actually have a scene of the waiter being like, well, if you don't want to eat both bites, you can put it back in. I was like, it's surreal. And they both only took 1 bite and put it back in.
Well, Slade has sort of returned to his chubby-wubby roots, I believe, from 2 seasons ago. So I understand Slade, but Gretchen, I mean, I don't want her half-eaten kebab on my hors d'oeuvre tray.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like a Capri salad anyway. I'm caprese, I mean Capri salad. Now I sound like her. So a lot of indiscrepancies on this podcast. But you know, the thing is this, so I have to say, so I'm really hating Gretchen this year. But I have to say, in that argument with Heather, okay, so, you know, she's like, listen, I did get like a role, and Heather's like, yeah, but you know, you missed 3 of my 5 scenes. So that was really the crux of it. That's what we got. So Heather's clearly been festering about this. And she's right to call them out for it. And, you know, Slade and Gretchen, of course, are assholes. So the first thing to do is be like, no, like, we were there, we were paying attention. But then Gretchen apologizes, and then Heather will not let her have it. Heather is like, no, you're not apologizing for what you did, and I don't have anything to apologize for.
Yeah, but she's right, because Gretchen's apology is like a typical asshole apology, where you don't really say you're sorry for what you did. You just say, I'm sorry you're mad, crazy. Like, I'm sorry you're crazy and you got mad. Sorry. I'm sorry that you're so thin-skinned. Sorry.
Well, it was like a half. It was halfway, because she was like, you know, I'm sorry that I made you feel so bad by doing this, which is, I don't know. You know,
it's like when you say, like, you're fat, and then you go, that's rude. How dare you call me fat? And you go, well, I'm sorry that you're fat. Like, that's not a sorry.
No, it's the shirt. It's the shirt.
But even after days and days and episodes, I'm an actress. I got a role in Malibu Country. I'm an actress. I'm a serious actor. Okay, we get it, Heather. You're an actress.
Yeah.
But then to sit there and say, oh, no, it wasn't the same part I got. You were just a walk-on. I'm the actress. Enough's enough. I would have given her an asshole apology, too.
Yeah, I have to say, I agree. It's like Heather was really so obnoxious. You know, Gretchen was saying like, "Listen, I'm not trying to compete with you. Like, this isn't even what I'm trying to do."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, well, there is no competition." It's like, you're right. There is no competition for a washed-up sitcom actress who never really made it in the first place.
No kidding. Like, if you got a role on The Killing, that would be different.
Okay. Even The Walking Dead, when we can't see all the work you've had done on your face, even that.
They all would have to stop spray tanning for that too.
Listen, if you got a role on the new Sizzle Tan commercial, then maybe we'll talk.
Oh my God!
I loved Ronnie's, and I'll put it in. It'll be here. Bloop bling. I loved Ronnie's little mashup of the back and forth of like, who's gonna get an Oscar? You are. Your mashup.
Oh, the kids.
Love it. And everybody else loves it.
I think that Heather was really pissed off. She got more pissed off when they sat down, but it was because that Gretchen showed up late again, and that just set the fire, man. That just said, hey, let me just turn the propane up just a little bit, and that was all they had to do. I mean, everybody was already on the anti-Gretchen, panel sitting in.
Well, they decided that Gretchen was going down, like they were the death panel that Sarah Palin warned us all about. They decided that Gretchen was not going to get her surgery at the last minute, and the bitch was going to die, and they all went for it. They really did. One of our listeners left us some really long Facebook comment, and I won't read the whole thing, obviously, because everyone will turn this off. It was really long. But it was a point that I hadn't noticed before, and that is how manipulative Tamra is. Well, I mean, of course I've noticed she's manipulative, but in this particular instance, she decided at the beginning of the season she was done with her. So instead of just saying, I'm done with you and becoming a bitch again, she had to get her wedding special. So she plans all this different stuff and slowly turns everybody against Gretchen, when Gretchen is the same asshole she's always been. It's not like she's totally different than she was last year,
Yep.
Whatever. Tamra's a very smart idiot.
They're all smart. It's the whole reason Heather has to make a big deal about Malibu Country. She wants airtime. It's like they know this is like the final shooting weekend. We need to get our scenes in and like get all our shit out. So
okay. All right, so I want to bring in some fairy dust. Everybody ready for some fairy dust?
Oh,
yes.
Fuck you, bitch! Get your feet out here! You're gonna get out of this house! Whoa, Roy. Whoa.
I feel so bad for him because he probably came home thinking he was going to have this great weekend, so completely mellow with his baby, and Vicky's throwing a house party. We probably don't know any of that, but that's, I would say, my feeling.
I feel zero remorse for him. I don't care. You know what? Like, it's not his house, so she comes home and there's a party. Big deal, then go to a freaking motel. It's not that difficult.
But and even a few episodes back, him telling, even though Vicki is a gigantic asshole herself, to tell someone who and not to bring in your house, I was starting to have a problem with him already. Yeah, I wasn't a big Brooks fan, but I thought Brianna and him were taking it to a level where it's like, no, he can't come in. He's not allowed here. No. And I thought, you know what? She's a 50-year-old woman under construction. We get it. And can't even bring her date over to her own house. Come on.
I hope when I'm 50, I don't look like that.
Yeah.
It's not that it even stopped there. He's fighting with Lydia's mother, Judy. He's fighting with the uncle. Vicki and Brianna look like, I'm sorry, abused, like they're in
They look scared. I don't understand. Why does Vicki... Vicki can unleash. She can go into her crazy Vicki voice with a potted plant, and yet, like with Ryan, she's sitting there very calmly and quietly. Like, Vicki, let out like your bitch voice.
There's always a reason. The mother-in-law will never yell at the son-in-law like that because the fear of having the baby taken away. That's the common automatic thing, and that's why she's trying to handle it the way she's handling. She wants that kid in that house. She wants to have a new life in that house. She wants to have Brooks there. She can't have Brooks, so she has the baby. That's what she's going for. So that's why she's trying to talk to this guy who is way over like level 28, and he's like, and she's like, it's okay, we'll take care of it. She's handled other things before, and she has given him free will of the house and to do things, so he's already had that.
But he's still a renter, by the way. He's still a renter, and he thinks that
doesn't matter.
She's let him install cameras all over the house.
Yep.
I mean,
I don't know if she let him.
The flapjack shuffling he's been watching on that with poor Vicky's food. You know that he's been seeing all kinds of nastiness on those cameras, and it makes me sick to think of what he's doing with that footage.
It's like,
and you know what, Brianna? Shut up. You know what? Shut up, Brianna. Going to a bar so fucking desperate that you marry the. This is how. Oh man, you know what? I shouldn't go there on this one.
No,
well, anyway. I will. He's probably making meth in the basement, watching those cameras all tweaked out. Just
It's like a really bad version of Sliver. Okay, it's like a low rent version.
Oh my God, I remember that movie.
It's like Sliver without fuckable people in it.
It's like Sliver without a bra. You know?
Why do we have to bring a Baldwin into the situation? That just screws everything.
Well, he needs some construction.
Someone start playing the Enigma. Wait, can we back up to the actual? Can we go back to what started it all, which was this with Lydia's mom and this guy? So we only hear the audio. So she's lying there. We're to presume she's lying on a couch, and I guess she has her heels on.
Sitting up and putting her feet up. Yeah.
I think he's in the Army or the Marines or whatever. He comes up and is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Now, excuse me, but I had this idea that like soldiers are supposed to be officers and a gentleman. You're supposed to say, "Oh, excuse me, can you please take your feet down?" You know, Vicki doesn't like feet on, you know, whatever. But instead he comes, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And to me, I was like, who does he think he is that he can just call people like that? By the way, I've got a ghost in my house. My door.
I was going to say, you're being
that's crazy.
He's calling from inside the house.
Your ghost likes me.
It's
Ryan's
anger. I felt that.
Ryan's anger is so huge that it's coming to kick your ass right now.
He's like, get the fuck off that chair. No, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, why does he think? How was he raised to think that he can just call up to anyone and speak like that? Let alone a guest that's not even at his own party.
I don't
buy this
bullshit
that. Protectiveness. I don't buy it.
No, he's been getting away with it for a while, so that's why he gets the right to do it in his own head. As we see it, we all say no, but in his own head, he has that right. I mean, he flat out like stumbled and said, "I own it. I mean, I live here." Like,
yeah, he almost said own.
You know,
Vicki already explained it away. Vicki already explains it away in the episode. He's stressed. He's stressed.
Yeah.
That was her answer. He's just stressed.
Yeah, well, two things. One is on Twitter, Vicki, because I had to see what people were saying to Vicki after that episode. I looked for Brianna, but she's smart enough to not be on Twitter.
/ she's not allowed.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Like tied up.
On Twitter, Vicki said that they had already moved out. They weren't even living there at that point, and there's a lot that we didn't see about, there's a lot that happened that was edited out, but that doesn't make any sense because they all said that they were still living there. Brianna was threatening to move out. Mm-hmm. He was saying it was his house, so that's all confusing. And the other thing is everybody's saying it's post-traumatic stress disorder because he's a soldier. So I guess that just gets you off of everything.
Yeah.
Well, Vicki's so truthful. She never lies or makes a story colorful. So.
Yeah. She is like, she's like, her two breasts are full of just flat honesty. Just flat honesty.
Deflated honesty.
I like Lydia's mom though for like at first freaking out, but then saying that she wants to stick around. I think that was really cool that she was just like, just screw it. I love me a pothead. She's awesome.
Also, she wants to be on
paranoia
TV.
wore off. And also, Ryan got stuck in his room. They sent him back to his room.
Well, also, I mean, here's what I actually love the way the woman stood up for herself. Was she was like, he's coming at her, and she's like, she doesn't know who he is, of course. So she's like, who are you? And that's all she said. In fact, because he kept on, in the retelling, he's like, and she comes up and she's like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, she never said the F word at him. And actually, the first thing she
said,
who
are you talking to me like this? Who do you think you are?
He said like, who the fuck are you? Like, what are your feet doing on my fucking couch or whatever he said? And she's like, well, you need some fairy dust sprinkled on you? She was trying to be fun, which I love that they had their mics on and that somebody caught that. Because it really shows what a liar he is. She never cussed at him or did anything like that. So.
And then he goes on, and he keeps saying, like, yeah, that fucking bitch or this fucking bitch. It's one thing for us to be sitting around here and being catty and be like, that fucking bitch, da-da-da-da-da. But we're saying it in, like, a jokey, catty, obnoxious way. He's saying it from, like, a hateful / violent way, and that was really very upsetting to me.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised none of the security that was, around for Heather didn't like go over and say, "Hey, stand back. That was a joke, guys." I make sure I covered my ass. I don't know if Heather had security. I would assume so.
She probably did.
Heather's like, "Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed."
Services.
She's probably like, "Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I invited Sarah Rue to this. I'll be so embarrassed when she thinks this is what my friends are like."
Yeah, she's probably like, I would love some of your hors d'oeuvres, but I actually brought some from the craft services table in Malibu Country, so I'll be eating those. Okay,
those are reserved for actresses to eat. Only actresses can eat that.
Some champs.
All right, so any of you guys into the bacon-flavored vodka that Vicki is?
No.
I would never.
No.
Do you see this?
It's so good. Not
Get
Vicki's,
out.
but I've had bacon-infused vodka and Bloody Marys. You never have?
Well, look, when you're out at night, you're drinking, you're having fun, what do you want to do? You want to make out with somebody. I do not want to have nasty bacon breath when I finally hook up. It's like you're finally drunk enough to loosen up to make out with an ugly guy at a bar, and he walks away because you smell like bacon.
The next morning, after you've already done him. Yeah.
Morning drinkers, yes. Okay, morning drinks.
Bloody Mary.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, Mom.
No, I am going to say I have no desire for it late night, middle of the day, or morning of the walk of shame. They can keep the bacon out of my vodka, please.
Especially if Vicki's branding is on it, too.
When you do the walk of shame, you need the bacon-infused vodka, Michelle.
Listen, I don't do the walk of shame. The other bitches do it. So let me get that straight.
Settle down, Rosie.
And the way she gets them out, she's like, "Hey, want some bacon vodka?"
Like, Ronnie, oh!
Did anybody think that Slade was just going to slam the bottle to the ground? Because I kind of thought he was going to. I mean, the way it was going, I think that would have been, like, very, very climactic for them to do it, but it would have been really messy. And then, it just wound up being put to the side, which was so disappointing to me because I really wanted to see, like, something being thrown, something being splashed on somebody. How many episodes have we had, or finales that we've had, to where somebody is throwing something at somebody's face?
Tamra is pretending to be a good person right now, so we're going to have to wait till next year.
Darn it.
Exactly.
But also, Slade...
Tamra wants wedding spin-off, and Gretchen thought she was getting a wedding spin-off, so they all have to play nice in this finale, not piss off Bravo.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny that Slade was just smiling so big when she's like, I made a Miss Piggy vodka, and he's like, oh, remember that time?
Yeah.
I called you that.
Well, the thing is, this poor Vicki, she couldn't, she had this whole, passive aggressive moment of like, I'm gonna give you this bottle to show you basically like I took your insult and I grew from it and I was to show how strong I am. But then she undermines herself by being like, here, take this vodka to show I'm over it. But your words sting. Your words sting. They sting.
Who says that to a
But I'm
woman?
over
How
it.
could you say that to a woman?
Well,
You never talk about a woman's looks.
And Lydia, the cheeseburger eater, like, I love the way she just kind of went into him. Yeah, she's a little fucking chihuahua, man. She just went in there with her big old beavers and clipped off of Slade, man. I loved it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And she makes, by the way, like salient arguments. Like her arguments make sense. She stands up for herself. You know, Vicki's like out there. She sort of has a lot of noise.
Right.
But Lydia was like schooling Slade on every point, and he's like, well, I only say these things to Vicki because of what she says to me, and she's like, well, I didn't say anything to you. And so of course, like he of course had no response to that, and Gretchen's sitting there like, you know.
And all the guys stayed back. Like, Lydia's husband stayed back, and he knew that she could handle herself, and that was a really cool part. Like, you could see as the camera panned around who was actually pushing who away. Like, if you go back, I watched it 3 times, and there was a little bit of management going on. Even Heather's husband took Heather, put her behind him, and stood in front to make sure that nothing was going to happen. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, those are 2 examples. Terry and then what's his buns, the hot kind of hunchback husband, whatever his name is.
Eddie?
They're both very good husbands because Eddie's the big giant.
Jim Bellino, don't you remember the hot one?
Jim.
I'm gonna
Lydia's
take out
husband.
my $1,000 scarf and just like dab the tears with it.
Oh God, he's so disgusting.
My
Why don't you take
scarf,
that $1,000 scarf and put it to good use to someone who's needy, like Vicki's boobs? Wrap it around Vicky, all right?
Just stuff it in there.
You can just donate it to us, and we'll make good use out of it. You know.
There are starving African children who would die to not look like they have flapjack boobs on national TV.
Bring it here. We need to bring it here because we
Guys.
Just so you know, the cast of Malibu Country received complimentary scarves, so I'm just going to put that out there. I mean, only the actors did, only if you were an actress, which, you know,
right.
is.
Not a walk-on.
Yeah.
Not a walk-on.
Yeah.
I do have to say, though, that in that fight, Vicki and Lydia were 2 totally separate things. Of course, Lydia was right with Slade. The thing with Vicki is, I loved when Gretchen came out and said, okay, well, maybe we should have Deadbeat Dad vodka and get over what you said about us. And everyone's having a fit on the internet about that, but she's totally right. I mean, Vicki was slamming him for years. You can't just go slam somebody for years and expect them not to take any, you know, retaliation.
Right.
Well, you slam someone about one thing, and then you turn around and date someone who's done the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And
you're paused, but you're paused in such a fury.
Yeah.
You know, she got a good zing in there. She enjoyed herself. She seemed very happy with doing that zing. It didn't make much in the group, but it did. It had an afterlife of its own on the internet. So there you go, Gretchen.
By the way, please don't tell Adrian Malouf that you just said that, because Adrian Malouf's vodka is called Zing. So you know how she upset she gets when you mess up her brand, like the Malouf.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Adrian Malouf since halfway through last season when we hated her ass.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I mean, all these bitches are crazy. I mean, that's for sure. I think in Vicki's weird, warped up logic, I think what she tried to say last season was that yes, Brooks, like, he wasn't paying child support or whatever, but then he worked to fix it. Like, it was a mistake or whatever, but he worked to fix it. Whereas Slade not only like doesn't pay like his support, but like he just like loafs off of Gretchen, and I think that's what she's trying to indicate. But then last night she was like, "Well, I stopped." So I don't know what she's trying to say.
Do you like Teresa too, Ben?
Ugh, I hate
Yes.
Teresa.
We're Team Teresa.
Teresa Love, right here.
How much is Vicki paying you for that? Is what I want.
Right.
Oh well, no. I'm just trying. Here's the thing.
It's on the show.
I hate Slade so much that I'm willing to look at Vicki's warped logic in order to discredit Slade. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
What about Slade?
Slade's a horrible guy.
What about
He's
Slade's
horrible.
brother?
Kent. The Danny DeVito of the Twins set.
Oh man, that was hard to look at. Make me go backwards there for a minute.
Well, you've got to hand it to the dentist in Orange County.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Gretchen who called him the Swamp Thing version
Yep.
of Slade?
Yep, Swamp Man.
people.
Yeah.
Welcome to the family.
The swamp people.
Unfortunately for Gretchen, because of the surgery that she's had, she's now become the swamp version Gretchen of Gretchen. So
Yeah,
she's one to talk.
you guys are gonna hate me, but I actually liked the Gretchen that I saw this season, and I'm not a big fan of the OC. So some of the stuff that I got to see with her in the one-on-one, I liked. The other shit outside, not so much. In the confessional,
it's little things that give Gretchen away. It's little things that give her away. Like, she's funny. Her diary rooms are really fun always. She's really fun to watch. But it's the little thing. It's like when she went to Malibu Country late, stood there on her fucking cell phone in a studio audience. That is so tacky. Or, when she dumped Alexis because Tamra told her to. Or any scene that she's in.
Or when she shat on Alexis last season about, like, the Fox 6, and she's like, oh, yeah, I had... Well, she basically did what Heather did to her, to Alexis, last season. She has those moments. Like, on this episode, during the fight with Heather, Gretchen made a funny comment in the confessional. She's like, I don't think any of us are in-demand actresses.
Right.
And, like, that's what we used to always get from Gretchen was, like, a lot of self-awareness that was, like, really funny. But since she started dating Slade, she's become, like, very, like, caught up in herself and how she looks and appears, and she's, like, self-involved now. I hate her.
Well, she's kind of always been. I mean, I liked her better this season looks-wise because she was less, like, pageanty, like, with the big side hair, pageant hair. Like, she's, like, when Honey Boo Boo looks in the mirror, Honey Boo Boo thinks she looks like Gretchen, right? Like, just big, super-duper flowers. Like, a lot of that's gone. A lot of the tchotchke's gone out of the hair, so I'm happy with that. Yeah.
I just wish you could smile. I mean, they showed a montage because she's just become so serious, and she's probably got a big smile on her face the whole time. But every time anybody talks to her, she's like, "I'm sorry about what I said." It's like, no, you're not. I really am. I really am sorry, but no one can tell.
I'm gonna go back. It's that spray tan. It's gotta like freeze up their face or something.
Yeah,
I swear, I want. What is? Death becomes her. It's like death becomes her. That's what I see happening. Like, porcelain crack, repair, don't move. Okay,
It's death becomes her without all the wit.
Yeah. which is basically Orange County.
There you go.
Pretty much.
So the reunion seems to be like it's going to be a huge blast. We've got a lot of finger pointing. We got a lot of yelling. I honestly could say, like, I can't wait. Is it going to be a 3-parter?
Yeah.
Does anybody know? Yeah.
Yeah,
3 parts of this. Oh my God.
It's a 3-parter, and they shot it before the finale was shot. So unfortunately, we're not going to get to see Ryan get called out for being a total misogynist.
No, they will, because they showed them, I think, the final episodes before those reunions. They will definitely call out Ryan.
Oh, they do?
And I know.
Find out.
Isn't he in fighting?
Yeah,
he won't be there, but I'm sure they'll speak about him. I mean, honestly, when I saw the way Brianna was making excuses for him, and then honestly, he did nothing wrong, whatever. It really repulsed me to my core. Of everything we saw in the episode, that really repulsed me the most. Like, I was like, oh, here comes the abusive behavior. Like, this is, Brianna was always the voice of reason, and I wrote on our Facebook page last night, like, congratulations, Brianna, you had 7 great years of it being the voice of reason, and now you can join the club of these idiot deluded wives who champion their asshole husbands.
Yeah,
like,
you're officially an asshole now. Congratulations.
But she wasn't there. She didn't know what went down, and she wanted to take his side, and she didn't want to have a fight.
She was protecting the house.
She didn't want to have a fight after the fact. She's got a baby. She's got to breastfeed. Otherwise, she'll be leaking milk all over the place. She's getting excited.
Excuse me. I remember her ducking several times when the uncle was going at him, and they were trying to. And every time he would go like that with his elbows, she would jump back like he hits me. Yeah.
She was there. She was there enough to see that he was on a rampage against some older lady. That's just not okay. And then she's sitting there smiling like, okay, I get it, but she was putting her feet on the. Shut up, Brianna. It's not your fucking couch. Get the hell. Someone also posted this in a comment. What the hell's with Brianna? She was a smart girl, independent. She was going to become a nurse, and now she's living off the fucking government in her mom's house with some baby from some dude she met in a bar. Yeah. Brianna, come on, Brianna. Grow up a little bit.
It's true. And they're talking about defending this house. I mean, I don't know. I personally believe any house that's been decorated with Ashley furniture and signs that say Caliente in the kitchen is not worth defending. I'm sorry. Like, if you have 5 pieces of rooster art, there is no defending.
Didn't we have the tour of the household redone the week before? So, like, that would make fitting for them to say, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm just going to go off on this bitch like crazy for having her feet up on my sofa.
Yeah, this is not fucking Buckingham Palace here.
A Real Housewife is like a Lisa Vanderpump. She'll make fun of you for leaving spray tan on her couch.
There you go.
But bitch doesn't care. She just bought a new couch the next day. The old one, you know, there's some homeless person downtown on Skid Row sleeping on the other one.
So you're saying that the Orange County women have to wait for their check to cash, right? They have to wait for that to come in.
Yes. Orange County women, you know, Vicki's like, oh, I'm going to renew everything. I've got a whole new life, you know. It's called refinancing your mortgage. Come on, Vicki.
Well, I mean, they lease all their cars. They can lease a couch, right?
Exactly.
What
did you guys
from
think
Gina's
of the
tag sale?
Yes, from a tag sale. What did you guys think of the fact that Ryan took the information about how much he hates Brooks to Gretchen and Slade, knowing the war between him and Vicki? I thought that was
Brianna did that last year as well. Brianna's really sneaky. Like, if she's totally a housewife. If she doesn't get her way, she goes and spreads venom to everybody. She was doing that last year with Tamra at that finale at Heather's stupid party. She was up there saying that all this shady stuff was happening with Brooks, and she was totally fueling that fire that had been going on with Tamra, and that's what got Tamra so upset that by the time they all sat down together, Tamra was rolling her eyes and all this stuff at Brooks. Brianna started that last year, if you go back and watch.
But Tamra and Vicki were friends pretty much up to that. Vicki and Gretchen were never really friends. So
let me tell you something.
True.
Those who live in tacky glass houses shouldn't throw stones, because you know what? There's going to be some dirt on Ryan, especially the way he behaves now. It's all going to come out now because people are going to want to take him down. This is what happens, and he should be careful because he's going to get the information thrown at him. I'm sure that he has a line of 4 girlfriends from high school who claim they have got black eyes and stuff like that.
No, you know what? Yeah. I think that the guys that he is overseas with and in his barracks might be giving him some crap because he's being shown on this wimpy ass TV show while they're out there in war. So maybe he's got some personal issues about the cameras being there and always being in his face when he's there. He's not so happy about it anymore. Where before he was semi-welcoming to it. Now he's just
get a house.
Get out of my face. He's
yeah.
You know what though? There's actually there has been something disrespectful about him since the very beginning. It was never this rude and
he called Vicki
violent.
a bitch. He told Vicki to stop being such a bitch a few weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly, and honestly the whole I didn't really care about that they eloped, but if you really think about it, it was a huge act of passive aggression.
Oh yeah.
And he was part of that. He was very much part of it, and he even proposed it. The point is this guy, we sort of were like, whatever, we like Brianna, so anyone who makes Brianna happy, we're happy for, but now...
Not anymore. To your point that the difference was last year, Brianna was talking to Tamra, who is a real friend of Vicki's, and this year she's talking to Gretchen. Well, Brianna knows how to manipulate Vicki. Slade said some nasty stuff about Vicki's face, and she not only got a face change, she got her whole fucking face redone because of it, she also, built a business around it. So... Brianna knows that anything that Slade says is going to cause Vicki to take action. So if Slade starts calling him a deadbeat dad on a stupid radio show, maybe Vicki will dump him. Brianna's a mastermind, you guys. She is a mastermind terrorist. You heard it here first.
Oh! Instead of doing all that work, why doesn't she just leave Ryan?
Well, if he had any money, she would.
That is attractive to her.
So who's worse? Who's worse, Ryan or Shane Keogh?
Oh, God, Ryan, because he's way less fuckable than Shane. Shane is hot. Shane you can almost forgive because he's not violent. He's just stupid. And he's got
right. And he grew up, right? So he's all nice and normal.
He's an actor now.
No,
he's got a role in Malibu Country.
Yeah.
He's still terrible. Didn't you see that reunion, that 100 special, and he's like, I don't regret what I said. I just regret how I said it. You know, isn't it ironic that, like, I started on TV and now I'm an actor? Shut up! You're not an actor. I've never even heard you. Reba McEntire doesn't even know who your stupid ass is.
He hired a PR guy to give him the lines for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, look, since we have you guys here, unless there's anything else Orange County you guys want to talk, I want to talk a little bit of House of Jersey Housewives. With
curveball!
Okay.
Yes, curve. I mean, is there any other OC stuff you guys want to talk about?
No, I've got it all.
Yeah, I am good, because we need people to help convince Michelle that we need people on our side hating Teresa.
Nope.
Okay, here's my thing on Teresa, and I say this every time. Teresa is a psycho, horrible human being who's going to be rotting in hell and probably deserves to get smacked on the head with a baseball bat. But she's hilarious. So I'm on her side for everything.
I'm not taking away her good TV. She's brilliant TV, the same way that Aaron's good TV on Big Brother. But in real life, she's fucking batshit crazy.
Yeah, but I'm not rooting. I never root for Teresa. If that's what you're getting to it, I don't. She is hilarious to watch, and you need to have her on there. But I never, ever, ever root for her. If there's ever some sort of argument, I'm always gonna take the other person's side, sort of like with Slade.
Oh no.
I don't need more. I'm totally Team Teresa against Melissa.
Yeah, I think Teresa's always been able to prove her point. Nobody's been able to actually say, I've said this before, you have to make sure that you say exactly what she said or else she can deny it. It has to be exact, and that's her way of playing the game.
Bill Clinton, baby. Bill Clinton. We still love him. And he does the same thing. He still does it. He'll still say, I never had sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah.
So why did she throw out the sprinkle cookies then? That was mean.
Because Melissa stopped at some fucking Ralph's on her way over there and got the cheapest $2 cookies she could and tried to upstage Teresa's cookies that she probably stole her grandma's recipe and spent 2 days making. Fuck Melissa. Yeah. And also all this stuff about Melissa manipulating her way onto the show, trying to bring down Teresa, and all of these recent accusations that Melissa is probably the one who but gave all that evidence to the cops in the first place to bring the bitch down. I believe all of that.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We have not done a show since all of the Teresa stuff has come out. I don't know if you guys have. What do we think of all of this?
She's going to jail. Well, no, actually, he's going to go to jail. She's somehow going to get off, I think. We had someone, actually, one of our listeners wrote to us, and she works at a federal court in Ohio.
Hello.
Is that you? Is that you?
Well, that's not me who wrote, but...
Oh, I was like, was that really you, Michelle?
Oh, my God.
I was like, what's happening?
Are you like a secret agent?
She's like, I love a good municipal building.
Yeah, that's my background. So yeah, I want to hear what this person has to say because so now I can.
All right, well, I'll tell you. So she works in Ohio, and she said she's been there for like 12 years or whatever. And she said the truth is that I don't know if it's the same in Jersey, but usually with cases like these, the federal prosecutors have really built a very strong case, and they have like a 99% success rate in at least the courthouse that she works in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not in Jersey.
Yeah, not in Jersey.
As far as Jersey goes, what they'll probably wind up doing is that anything that is the white collar crime that she has, she might wind up getting like probation. He'll take the brunt of whatever it is, and she'll have a lot of restrictions, and she'll have to pay fines. I doubt very much that she will have to do like a Martha Stewart or a Leona Helmsley and go away to a camp, because that would be the highest security facility that she would have to go to. She would not be a behind bars hardcore prisoner. It is a white collar crime, so she would be going to a camp. However, they can't take her away from the kids. She is the sole provider for the kids. She is the income for the kids, so they probably will just give her a huge fine and probation. Him, on the other hand, Juicy Joe, might have a little harder time. I think that and here's the best thing: when you get committed as when you get
This is
really good.
When you get arrested in a federal crime, you get shipped all around, but then you get brought, you have to be within a 200-mile radius of where your residence is. Now, that's going to be a problem because his residence is in New Jersey, but he doesn't have a legal visa. So that's the exportation.
Teresa
I
really
told you
should've
if you're going to get this detailed, we need diagrams. You
I
love
know! I know! So here's the
This
thing.
is all he has to do. This is
Teresa
all he
really
has to
should have
do.
consulted with you, Michelle, before
I know.
any of
Call
this.
me
Listen,
Teresa, I got you cooked.
All Joe has to do is when they put the cuffs on him, he'd be like, yo, you got the wrong guy, and then show us the fake ID of his brother. Like, I'm not Joe Giudice, I'm his brother. And he can have like a little mustache on. Done.
He'll wind
Drinks
up
at
going,
Little Big Town, whatever it's called.
he'll wind up going either to like Fort Dix for a little while, or he'll come up to
Yeah, he will be going to Fort Dix.
or he'll be going to New York, upper New York in Otisville. And there's a whole mob section right there that he'll wind up just getting right in with. He'll be. It's still a white collar crime. There's no weapons involved, so he's a low security. You know, he's not going to go to some big pen. You know, the amount of the money that it costs to send a person to prison. You know, he'll be like, listen, let me just pay all this. Let me squash all this. Give me all the fines you got to give me. I'll spend 6 months in jail. He'll get a year. He'll get 64 days off for good behavior, and he'll be out in 6 months.
You know, it could be the best thing that happened to him. He's going to be forced to work out every day and not eat as much. And he's not going to have to get a job. I mean, it's like his favorite life. And he's going to be surrounded by penises. You know,
Right.
it's going to be like
Remember
the
his
best
childhood memories. Remember what he did as a child. Remember he mentioned that? He's like, yeah, don't you remember, playing with the other guys' penises,
Oh my God, I don't know.
I have news for all of you, and mark my words, neither of them are going to jail at all, because a post-Sandy New Jersey needs money coming in from tourists, and Housewives is where that money comes from. Jersey sure is gone. I know nobody believes it, but the television shows based around Jersey is what brings people to Jersey. Yes. And if Bravo is threatening to cancel Housewives of Jersey now, that state is
never.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
why have we not heard a single peep out of Danielle Staub over the past week about this? Like, why is she not just like
she's dead? She's dead.
We're hearing from Kim G, but we're not hearing anything from Danielle. I would love to have Danielle come back and just enjoy this moment. After all the shit they put her through.
Well, Danielle's friends with Teresa again. No, Danielle and Teresa are friends again. Yeah, didn't you notice on the last episode when Teresa had that fight with Jacqueline, and she said, look, it's the same thing you did with Danielle. You were pretending to be friends with Danielle, and then you went crazy on her, and everybody had to hate Danielle because you did. She was totally sticking up for Danielle, even though she's the one who flipped a table over on her damn head. But she's she's on her side now ever since the Melissa stuff, because Danielle helped Teresa prove that Melissa was feeding information and trying to bring her down. It was so shady, that show. I love it.
So you guys mentioned about Melissa handing evidence over and turning Teresa in. I mean, what did her and Joe do? Was it like a heart-to-heart special where they snuck in the house and went through their file drawers? Ooh, look, a falsified loan dog.
Well, they're
got
friends.
Teresa there.
Okay, this is obviously just speculation, okay?
Just say allegedly.
This is actually
allegedly. Okay, this is a Bravo show. So, okay, here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And this is from what I learned from Twitter, which has taught me everything.
Okay.
So totally.
So, Monica Chacon, that bitch, is the one that we saw at the party get kicked out of Melissa's Christmas party. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Teresa was like, this is the woman who's suing us. We were just in court today. She was calling me names in the parking lot. Get rid of her. And Melissa got rid of her. Well, that Chacon bitch is friends with Kim G. Melissa is all friends with them, and Jacqueline. So everyone's saying that these are like a clique now, and that you see them talking back and forth on Twitter and this and that. So when Monica's been the one, she came out and bragged the day that Teresa got indicted, saying that it was because of her and all the evidence that she turned over that got Teresa indicted. Like, she's basically taking credit for all of this publicly.
They get money
on
when
purpose.
they give up information.
They do?
They get $25,000 for giving up information for a federal crime.
Oh my God, Teresa's got a bomb strapped to her back.
Seriously, we're all Bravo experts here. We have information.
Just watch a recap.
So basically, Monica Chacon has been building this case, but they haven't been able to proceed without evidence. Now, this is where it gets really speculative. People are saying that, of course, Joe and Melissa have a key to Teresa's house, so if they need anything, or maybe Jacqueline has an old key to her house, if they need anything, all they have to do is go in and get it.
No.
And also, they know even if they don't have any evidence at all or handed over any evidence at all, the stuff that they could have told on to get Teresa and Joe in trouble obviously is huge.
Right. And all you have to do is point the federal commission in a direction, and they just go with it. I swear you don't really have to do much, guys.
The best part of all of this is going to be, and I'm not really that Christian, but I really pray when I need something. And right now I'm praying for a lot of money, a giant penis, and for Jacqueline to get arrested for all of her stealing from charities, which she's been doing. I want Caroline to get arrested for hiding bodies in the brownstone because they're making like wedding soup out of that. And I want, who else is on this damn show that needs to be arrested? And
Lauren
Melissa needs to be arrested for something. I don't know what yet, but I'll get her.
Just indecent proposal all the way around. Like, just everything about her is wrong for me. Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Melissa's horrible. Can we lighten up the topic and talk about Rosie going to a gay bar with her brother-in-law and sister and Melissa? And I was appalled.
Who?
What the fuck?
Here's what I love about Rosie. Rosie has the balls, truly, I think she does have the balls, to go on this show and talk about how she doesn't like dating online because there's nothing but freaks out there. While she's sitting there dressed with like a weird little like cravat from like 1973 and her hair in like a pseudo Julia Child thing and like lipstick going up this way. Like, I'm sorry, Rosie. You're not one to talk. Just be happy for anything that comes drifting your way, okay? Sorry.
Just put a net in the water and wait for some guppies to get in there and just close the van door and drive as fast as you can down the street with them stuck in there.
But also having no game, sitting there and getting drunk, saying, listen, I'm still under construction. What, Vicki? Now we've got a lesbian under construction now, too? I mean, come on. When are people going to get done?
They wound up with the swingers night, and she goes, well, I don't swing. I only swing one way. No. Lesbians don't swing, we die. You got it wrong. That's why you got no play, woman. We died.
Call her, Rosie.
What tips would you have for her? Lady to lady. What tip would you have for Rosie?
Oh, Jesus.
You know what? Rosie's from Jersey. The Bronx ain't got no game with Jersey, man. I keep that shit separate.
Sweetie, it's not your whites, okay? Just let us know. Come on, tell us.
I think that she's now with that woman, Ellen. I think they're either really good friends because she does do a lot of tweeting with her, and they go to Fire Island together, so maybe she did hit it off. Maybe this woman, Ellen, is a friend, and they're going to bring her back for the next season. Who knows? But apparently, whatever happened in that bar, she made a friend and maybe got a little nookie in the side. I don't know.
Well, I think that Rosie's problem has never been that she's ugly or any of this. I think it's that she's like a severely depressed bipolar alcoholic who sits in her mom's house drunk in the basement. Like, we've seen her roid raging like crazy. It's like anybody can get laid. Like I'm not going to get laid in West Hollywood, but I can go to the East Side where there's big hairy guys. Put on a leather cap and I'll have a line outside my door.
There's a lot of bars in Jersey that are strictly just lesbians. I mean, you have to know where the roaming party is going to be, but it's
poor lesbians. You guys are like the vagabonds. It's like, all right, lesbians, all right, here's a bar open. No one's going to know until Tuesday.
The stick with the red scarf on it. Okay, let's go.
We just take over. We just say, hey, let's just meet at this bar, and if it's straight, we don't care. It turns into a lesbian bar for the weekend. It's like one of those random things.
It's like flash mobbing hetero bars.
But
it's like those underground clubs in like the 90s, right? With the glow sticks. It's now a lesbian bar. Oh, we just stepped in it.
You're right. You're right. Her living with her mom is killing her any game that she has, and being a mama's girl is killing her game, and that's fine. She's very protective. She's everything that a real dyke is, except she's single. Well, she's a real dyke, so maybe she is single, and that's what the real dyke is. But she needs to like step away from that and live out on her own and stay away from the alcohol. That scotch that she's drinking does her no good.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's kind of hilarious.
That's probably the worst part because everyone loves Rosie. Everyone who watches the show loves Rosie. I know. But the more that we're seeing her, the more we're seeing that she's a heavy drinker, and she's not like a fun heavy drinker. She's
terrible.
Wow.
My favorite scene of the year so far was that scene with Teresa in that bar when she's confronting Teresa and she's like, "I'll fucking kill you! I'll go talk about my mother. I love you, baby.
Okay, so when Rosie was at the reunion last year, and she was screaming in the background about don't talk about okay, wait, I got so many Twitter messages, Facebook messages, and phone calls that people were like, Michelle, was that you? Like, I was dying. I was just like, holy shit.
You were like, yes, I was on the set.
Yeah, thanks. We're so far apart, but yet so similar. Thanks.
But I don't understand. Okay, she hasn't had sex in 6 years. I mean, while you're in between dating, why can't you just get to know your own body? You know what I mean? And just
listen, I think she does
understand it better. You know?
Just grab one of Kathy's stale cannolis and just see what you can do with it.
Man, with all the Ben and Jerry's flavors they have out now, all the free internet porn, like the top shelf internet porn, and lube that heats up.
Yeah.
Why would anybody have a boyfriend or a girlfriend? Stay the fuck home.
Here's the problem. The problem is that she can't bring anybody around her sister because she doesn't want to have to hear her sister. So this has been a problem from way back when, who knows how long. And nobody is good enough for.
Screw the sister. It has nothing to do with the sister. It has to do with the shit. Papa doesn't want Richie around. It's like, they'll be making out. They'll be in bed, and all of a sudden Richie's face will show up. You'll be like,
Yeah,
get in there. Get in that clam sauce, huh?
Yeah, get in there. Yeah, it's like
you know what?
That's what the lesbians do. Yeah, good job, bro.
John, Last week I was hurting because I wanted to talk about that whole fucking grab to tits thing with the trust thing and all that. I was freaking out. Almost like, if my brother-in-law touched me, he'd be down on the ground and I'd be still hitting his head to today. Like, stop.
Yeah, well, we are going way too far back. We're going way too far back, and we need to wrap it up anyway.
Oh yeah.
So I only have one question for the not here Matt. And for Ben and Ronnie.
Blame Time Warner. Time Warner's really fucking up all over the place lately, aren't they?
Well, if you guys need to connect, you can connect to my TiVo and you can watch. Who is going out this week on Big Brother? That's all, because I know we could talk for hours about Big Brother. Who do you think right now is going out this week on Big Brother?
I haven't been following the live feeds too closely. I think I read the other night, is there finally a movement against Amanda a little bit, or is this going to be Candace's time?
It's a double eviction, right?
Oh.
Yes. Double eviction.
Amanda's definitely going.
Yeah, if people are smart, they would get rid of Amanda and McRae both, but they're not smart, so it's going to be Candace and Jesse.
I mean, this is a house full of racists. Of course, they're going to get rid of Candace.
Yeah, it's going to be Candace and Jess. I think.
They're trying to have a little movement to actually now. Alyssa and everybody's trying to say, get Spencer out, but now Helen is trying to squash that by disconnecting herself and saying, like, Spencer's a good guy, he needs to stay. So
Why is Spencer a good guy? Isn't Spencer like the one calling women c-words and like being disgusting,
masturbating to kitty porn?
Yeah, please tell us everything. Like, update us on what a pig he is, because I don't watch the feeds.
All right, real quick, it was a joke. He picked up the microphone.
Wait a minute, Michelle. You just said this is where you fail and I try and train you on marketing. He just said I don't watch the feeds. Your reply was supposed to be great breaking news live feed show.
Oh, go ahead.
You can watch our live feed show. You can read my blog. He picked up McRae's microphone pack when McRae was in the shower, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I like to watch kitty porn, and I like that they're 5- and 6-year-olds," and it was him being stupid and a joke, and that's how he is. Everything that he jokes about is sexual, but that's that whole porn thing. I think that if it went into the right ears that was said, that might be enough to get him out inside the house. Like, people will be turned off, but it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Candace will wind up going home. I have a funny feeling Jesse's going to win HOH. It would be a good time for her to win HOH. She won't be in HOH long. She can get anybody she wants out right away. So it could be Amanda that goes out next after that on the double eviction.
I feel like McRae is going to. I feel like the competition. It's going to be involving some sort of crawling through a crate of
looking for a clown shoe, right?
Yeah, looking for a clown shoe. I feel like McRae's gonna be really good at that for some reason.
Well, my greatest fear is that they're gonna get rid of all the fun people to watch. I mean, Erin's horrible, and I can't wait to watch her get set on fire when she leaves the house. But I need her to be there. She's hilarious. Amanda's hilarious. Like, these hateful people are so funny to watch.
Gina Marie.
Yeah, Gina Marie. I don't want to be stuck. Gina Marie, I know she said the N-word and stuff, and I'm not sticking up for Gina Marie because who would do that? But I don't think she's hateful. She's just like terrible.
Stupid.
You know?
Stupid.
What I said was that she probably sticks around with the group that she hangs out with, and that's acceptable with the group that she hangs out with, and everybody talks like that, but she forgets she's not with that group anymore, and she needs to change it, you know, so her vocabulary is limited, you know, it's just what it is. It's the best you can be.
Not only is it's both limited and extremely expansive with new words we've never even heard before.
Right, exuberated.
Compensation.
Yeah.
We love it.
You guys don't hate Gina Marie. Hate Staten Island.
It's true.
I used to live there, so I can say that with authority.
God, we have to talk.
No.
St. George.
All right, you guys, I'm out of here. I got to go back to the feed. You know where to find me. Find me on Twitter at YouGotBronx. And you know where the blogs are. You got to go to yourrealityrecaps.com. Check out our feeds. Check out our blogs. Check out our recaps. Check it out.
All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Ben Nadelker. Come check out my blog, bsideblog.com. I'm going to do a Big Brother post later today. And then check me out on Twitter and on Instagram and on Vine, all at B-Side Blog. And Facebook, too, B-Side Blog. Thanks.
Hey, I'm Ronnie. Thanks so much for having me. You can find me at trashtalktv.com, and I'm doing Big Brother in 2 minutes every Friday on YouTube at youtube.com/trashtalktv, spelled T-E-E-V-E-E. Thanks.
Hey, it's John in Seattle. Check out my Housewives blog at yourrealityrecaps.com and follow me on Twitter at ComedyJonah.
Well, that about wraps up the show for this week. Thank you so much to the Watch What Crappens crew for coming in and chatting all things Bravo and even a little bit Big Brother with us. It was so much fun. I'm sure we will be doing something again with them soon. Make sure you go follow them on all of their websites. The links are below this video. Now, make sure that you guys are also following us in our Z-Box room, because you know we're always chatting live during Big Brother, as well as the Real Housewives. We're giving away autographed pictures of the Big Brother cast, as well as free feed subscriptions I didn't stumble over at that time, and so much more. Look, I know you Jersey people don't really care about that, but for you guys, we're doing an iPad bundle giveaway contest, so the best way to win and to do anything is just get in our Z-Box room by the end of this week. It would mean so much to us. It would really help and support us, so please, please, please go and sign up right now. 2 seconds, links are below, Z-Box room. Of course, you know you can click all around this video to just do all this stuff. Follow social media, you know, you guys know the deal. So until probably 2 more days when we do our next breaking live feed show, and then we have the double elimination for Big Brother, but again, you Housewives people don't care. So you know what, we will see you guys all next week when we do our next Jersey recap. See you guys all then. Bye for now.